There's a sofa again. I already took everything. Okay. Didn't mean to click the sofa again there. There's a water fountain. Let's take a look at that. What's the use of an indoor fountain if you can't even bathe in it? Yeah, pointless. Let's take a look at the fancy rug. Expansive doesn't mean pretty. Okay, flower pot over here. Looks like it hasn't been watered in ages. Might as well toss it in the bin. Tea service. Let's take a look at it. I like tea, but gin is better. There's a book here in the concierge. Let's take a look at the book. No, I didn't mean to run past the book. I meant to read it. It's chock full of reputable names. It would sure be nice to afford something more cushy than my garret. The concierge. Are you looking to stay at the Bell Jar, sir? That's Suri, the Bell Jar's hard-working concierge. A pleasant young woman, unless you get on her bad side. Like I have. Oh, can't recall the incident, but I'm sure I was sozzled. The result being a ban from the hotel indefinitely. Wait a minute, are you Atticus Daly? This is promising. No name-calling or threats to invoke the police. Not yet, at least. Put up that cheap illusion if you wish, but I haven't forgotten the great show of mathicking that got you banned. Street rowdyism or riotousness. A self-discipline. Inveigle your way back into good graces. We can try. We need a 5. That's a 7. That works. So good to see you again, sorry. I haven't forgotten the temporary ban you implemented, but I'm happy to say I have my vices under control now. I'm a new Minotaur. Yes, I suppose it's been long enough. Your ban is officially lifted. What can I do for you? How have you been? How's the hotel business? Business has been going reasonably well. Thank God no one's been murdered here at least. I'm still working long hours, much too long in fact, but I can't find anyone new who I trust to do the job. Does the Bell Jar keep any exotic brands of gin behind the counter? Afraid not. It's the same licensed stuff you can find anywhere. How about a cigarette instead? Yes. Please and thank you very much. There we go, we've got a cigarette. You're welcome, but I'm in short supply, so don't come back here begging me for more. Suppose I'll take to the bricks again. There we go. Ta-ta for now. Okay. There we go. What does the cigarette do again? The cigarette, we have 5 of them. They reduce hope but give us black bile. Okay, so we could get like we could get like half a level like for of the black bile stat for like minus 25 hope. I don't think that's worth it. Let me quickly take a look at the... Oh yeah, it's wit as well. Wit is our strongest stat, so I don't think we're gonna be smokers as Atticus. I don't think that seems worth it. Because like, sure, we could get 21 in wit, but like, it's such a strong stat, I don't feel the need for it. Let's see, anything else down here? No, let's return to Sorry Square then. Okay. And there we go. Let's quickly take a look at the bottom half of Sorry Square, see if there's any conversations to be had there. Then we could return to our home, take down the illusion, and ask about the painting. Let's take a look at the cabriolet. Riding in something this expensive is bound to bring the wrong type of attention. Yes, most likely. The pet broker. Welcome, friend, to Sir Willard Rathbone's exotic pet emporium. The only one of its kind in Europe. I see you're admiring my dear Dulcimer. Is Dulcimer the ostrich or the monkey? Why, the monkey, dear boy. What kind of name is Dulcimer for an ostrich, I ask you? Of course. Can you give me a rundown of your inventory? Did you capture all of these creatures yourself? Do you mind if I ask how you came by your knighthood, Sir Rathbone? Or a fine range of animals you have here, sir, but I'm not in the market for a pet. Let's start from the top. Rundown of the inventory. My inventory consists of exactly these animals you see before you. tortoises, badgers, owls, ravens, jackdaws, the lot. Though there is a pair of elephants, I was forced to move to a barn out in Gravesend. Bobby gave me a ticket for bringing them into town. Public nuisance, he said, if you can believe it. Did you capture all these... wait, jackdaw is a small bird. Yeah, okay. I had that. I remember that correctly, but I wasn't sure enough. Okay, did you capture all these creatures yourself? My good sir, I most definitely did. But none of these docile creatures can compare to the Siberian tiger I wrangled in the Orient. A bloody cat tore my left arm clean off. It was too mangled to reattach. If you look closely, you can see the replacement is a titch off color and a full 0.3 inches shorter. This lunatic's more of a magpie than a man. He's the one who should be in a cage. Do you mind if I ask how you came by your knighthood, Sir Rathbone? Oh, or Sir Willard here? Not at all. You won't be surprised to hear it was in service to the Queen. Why am I skeptical? One of the royal family's summer homes in Aberdeenshire, I believe it was, had an infestation of cockroaches, very unusual for the location, but wherever they wave their antennae, Dictyoptera is a dashingly difficult species to root out. Okay. Okay, that's just emphasis. Okay, sure. I just squashed a lot of them with a few stomps of the old hoof. Now then, I had a solution no one else could offer. The humble armadillo. I happened to have a mated pair on hand and loaned them to the royal family to help with their pest problem. When they hadn't a single cockroach in a month, I was knighted. A fine range of animals, but I'm not in the market for a pet. Perfectly understandable, my friend. It costs nothing to gaze upon these beasts. Sure. Still don't like how small the cages are. Many a wonder of the world on display here, imprisoned, I mean. Yeah, small cages like that are pretty horrible. There's a carriage. Let's take a look at that. 2 horses to pull that? I could do that by myself, but I won't. Makes sense. Oh, there's a Bobby here. Hate to see it. Let's keep going. There's another motor car. Scratched paint and rusty parts. This one is an ugly sight, but it's still better than perambulation. So, walking. Okay. There's the butcher, of course. And there's an open barrel. Anything inside? A barrel full of... I suppose that's one way to relieve oneself on a bender. Ah, well. Ah, well. There's the butcher. Let's ask about his brother. Eager to serve you, sir? Serve you meat, that is. Fancy Jack like you a bet you'd like a slice of whatever meets my cleaver. I can assume you're the Gavin Dawson mentioned in the signage. That's right, Gavin Dawson at your service. Your brother went on quite a rant about your falling out, claimed you're a messy eater. What if I am? Leastwise, I don't do it in public. I guess anything goes in one's private residence. That's Gulliver down to the ground, telling every Tom and Richard on the street about what's no more than a family affair gone haywire. Haywire, you say? The only thing I ever asked of that lettuce-eating cretin was to take good care of my darling Flora whilst I was away for a few months. And you know what he did? Killed 5 men in a rage? That heartless bastard let her die. She was just the prettiest little parlor palm you ever saw. Gets my blood up just thinking on it. I'll never forgive him. Oh, a potted plant. Okay. We could try to... Okay, we only need a 0. The -100 is in the deck. It always is because the deck gets reshuffled when you draw it. I'm still not entirely sure how the tarot deck works, but I think you draw until you hit the -100 and then you reshuffle it. Let's try it. That's an 11. I'll take it. You know, Mr. Dawson, I have no siblings of my own. That's why it pains me to see you two at odds. Could you, for my sake, at least consider forgiving your brother? If you're willing, I could act as a go-between. Perhaps that is the Christian thing to do. Okay, if you raise the notion with Gulliver, I'm willing. Now make tracks. That dust you're kicking up has blown into my eyes. Okay? Well, it was good to see you, but I'd better be on my way. You do that. Well, let's walk up to his brother and talk to him. See if we can sort this out. Back again, is it? What do you want? I'll take some of that fine fruit now we already have. I wanted to talk to you about this brother who makes you so angry. I talked to your brother earlier, told me he's willing to let bygones be bygones. What do you say? I'm gonna go with this one first. I've had a hard enough day as it is. If I have to waste another minute of my life thinking on that dirty scallywag, my heart'll plain burst. Let's go with this one then. That's so? Well, I'll admit I need some time to think about it. Perhaps I'll pay him a visit once I'm done with work for the day. Task complete, bitter rivals. There we go. I think I'm all set, thanks. Okay, that's good. Good that that's sorted. Let's keep going down this square. See if there's any other people or objects to interact with. And then we're gonna move back home, drop the illusion, and beds for vagrants. I heard that last year gross mortality was down across London. The city decided to prop up funeral parlors by buying the excess coffins and making them into beds for vagrants. Not an ignoble idea, but still a ghoulish one. Yeah, somewhat, but last time we talked about that I said that it's at least better than anti-homeless architecture that we have now, so I'm not against it. Poe Pickett. Here's Poe Pickett again. Hard to avoid him in this town. Good day, sir. Good day to you, madam. Sir, who might you be? Call me Atticus. Why the woebegone look? Something wrong? No, well, yeesh. Something is wrong, since you asked. I'm awful dry, my lord. Parched something fierce, and me flat purse is gone. Did this flat purse have actual money in it? What exactly happened to this purse of yours? What happened to this purse of yours? I was minding my own business, just sitting down, lying down for a wee rest over at the wharf. This bloke bends over all sneaky like and filches me tin right from me pocket. It was yesterday, I think, maybe. Wasn't today, of that I'm sure, mostly. You're saying you were pickpocketed while sleeping in the street? Exactly right. Or maybe I dropped it, any road. I don't have it, do I? That's the important bit. And the fella what done it, he smelled of brine. It was one of them salty wharf dogs for sure. Are you willing to share your tin if I retrieve it for you? Okay, I'll keep my eye open for a stray flat purse and let you know if I stumble across it. Let's go with the second one. The missing flat purse. That's around the wharf, so good thing we looked here first before going to the wharf. I'm curious about something, Mr. Pickett. How did you end up in such a sorry state? Well, ain't ye high and mighty, come down from your ivory tower to take a look at the unfortunate, huh? You want to know how old Poe got to be this way, do ya? I suppose I do at that. Well, ain't ya a rambunctious sort? I'll tell ye then. He brushes back the filthy hair from his forehead and reveals a jagged white line. This here is a scar from the old mutton shunters. They came in dead of light, says to me I'm late on rent, says to them I says to them I paid last Tuesday. And you know what they says? What a terrible mistake we've made. Carry on sleeping then. They says nothing, but hits me over the head with a truncheon and dumps me on the street. Landlord changes the locks. All me things still inside. A week hence. Building been bought by a bank. So they ran out the tenants to sell the building. I've been trying since then. Believe you me, Lord some once or other. But your luck can just spoil. And after it's just spoiled. That sounds like as good a reason as any to find his wallet. Maybe I can prove him wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty terrible to just get kicked out and all the possessions being like locked inside. That's pretty horrible. Shame you didn't name the landlord. Otherwise, maybe we could meet the guy for a little friendly conversation. A lightning bolt fracture runs down this otherwise remarkably clean window. Animal instinct is look closer and self-discipline is avoided. I'm curious. On the ground beneath the window is a mess of gears and feathers. Looks like an automated carrier pigeon crashed here. 1 minute you're flying free, the next you're bits and pieces in some dank alleyway. -5 hope. Can't imagine how I'd apply this metaphor to my own experiences. Okay. There's a cook fire. Look at these unfortunate souls huddling around a cook fire in the world's greatest empire. Self-reliant, I can only hope London's vagrants have the same fortitude I have. I suppose they're better off here than just about anywhere else. Humanity should have died out before reaching this apex of hypocrisy and neglect. I don't know if I like any of these answers, to be honest. Let's hope. Okay, +10 hope. Sure. Let's take a look at the at Pavel's pinfold. See if we can do anything there. Follow a 10-foot alley, a skinny passage with brick walls, and find yourself in a recessed enclosure where London's rodents are tenderly cared for rather than swiftly taken care of. Canvases sag on loose ropes above your head, and lanterns flicker dimly in the murk. Among the rustling and skittering of tiny feet and claws, Pavel Gerard, proprietor, stands at the ready. The floor is made of broken paving stones and pieces cast away from larger projects. Akin to his charges, Pavel is a scavenger at heart. The rats come in every size and receive all manner of treats when they behave. Displayed most prominently are his mischief of fancy rats, but Pavel trades in garden variety rodents too. Exotic snake owners often pay him a visit. It's a wonder the squeaking and scratching haven't driven Pavel mad, but the truth of his sanity depends on who you're asking. There we go, there's rat cages, prize boards, and the rat catcher himself, of course. What a sorry sight, all of them stuck in cages awaiting some unknown fate or another. There's the prize board, almost the same prices for drinks at the Palladium, okay. The rat catcher here. Man of culture in our midst. Don't be afraid, they don't bite, except that one with the white stripe on its face. I've got my eye on you, buddy. What exactly is your business, sir? Or I understand you're a rat catcher, but why the rat collection? Why the rat collection? Call me Pavel, please. My name is Pavel Gerard, and my business is catching and selling rats. If simply catching them wasn't unsavory enough. Question his sanity, ask about the courtesan killer, ask him about a decent bottle of gin. I'm not going to question his sanity. Ask about the courtesan killer. I'm making an investigation into the courtesans going missing from the East End. You see plenty of traffic here. I wonder if you've heard anything. Courtesans. Whew. I know I make a striking feature, sir, but though I appear to be a high-born gentleman, I haven't a farthing to spend on ladies of the night. Nope, don't know nothing about it, sir. But if you've heard tell of rats going missing, that is a crime I will confess to. Let's ask him about a decent bottle of gin. Since you have so many contacts in London, perhaps you know where a Minotaur could find a decent bottle of gin. Well, I don't know anything myself because of the crackdown on bootlegging. With all the smugglers getting pinched, the price has gone up something awful. Amen. But the Palladium is a good bet. Molly O'Malley is in there all the time, and I know she ain't drinking no swill. Okay. Your animals are fascinating, but I have a pressing engagement elsewhere. Good day, sir. There's a manhole cover. Oh, we can probably enter that into the sewers, right? London sewers. Home to the rats and the rat catcher, apparently. No, we can't enter here. Okay, that's fine. So this is not where the other sewers are. Okay, let's go back to Sorris Square. And before we go anywhere else, we're gonna go back home and of course we're gonna change out of the illusion form, since that's apparently a bit more trouble than it's worth at the moment. Let's go to Tenter Street. There we are. And let's go home. See if we can change out of the illusion form, or if we locked ourselves into that. And oh, even in the dingy dark of your garret, coming home has a certain appeal. Despite the rundown condition, it's a space you've gotten used to. As if I had a choice. It's all I can afford. These things belong to me. That's enough. That's by far enough. Wit has increased to level 21. These things belong to me. There's a bookcase, a wardrobe that's always getting stuck, and a writing desk I salvaged from an office fire. Gas lamps flicker up from the street, etching spidery shadows in the rafters. The peeling wood floor is slashed with moonlight from the only window, a round, dusty affair. Okay, let's take a look at the wardrobe. I'm finished up with this. Store your Sandhawk uniform, illusionist. Only other thing to do here is cast my illusion. Do we get out of the illusion that way? Yes, there we are. We're back to our regular form. There we go. Bully, still haven't lost my edge. Okay, now we look more like us. Let's go back to Tenter Street, and then back to Sorris Square to maybe get a painting made if it's affordable. Let's see. There's Sorris Square. Let's travel there. All right. There we go. Where would we have to go? Down here. And let's see what the painter says about our regular form, Tessica Lincoln. The indomitable artist at work. She must not mind the paint flecks marking abstract constellations on her dress. Hello again, Mr. Daly. What can I do for you? Let's ask about a portrait. Ah. We don't have that. Too dear for me just now, I'm afraid. Perhaps another time. That's as much as our rent costs. Yes, well, I'm never hard to find. Okay. That is as much as we need for our rent, and we are not there yet. We're gonna need to find some more money in the meantime. Let me take a look at that. Missing flat purse. I'm just gonna remove that from being pinned. And let's go to the docks then. See if we can find it. And see if we can find some more information about the missing children. I guess we'll see.